It's big and over the top. Everything about this city screams excess. People come here to let loose and go wild. But just a few miles from the Strip, there's a totally different world. A side of this town few ever see. Today we're venturing beyond the Strip in Las Vegas, Nevada. Today our journey begins on the Strip at a restaurant hidden behind a pawn shop.
It's the city of sin.
Many things, many things.
We visit the Arts District and grab a bite at the city's best kept secret.
This is the thing I've noticed about Vegas. Everybody wants to fill the table.
At Honey Salt, Elizabeth and Kim help me feel right at home.
One of us is the honey and one of us is the salty ones, and we let people pick.
Before we leave, I try some of the most authentic sushi I've ever had in the States.
How beautiful is that right there?
Vegas is all about nightlife. The clubs, the lounges in Sin City are world famous for a reason. And Beauty in Essex, it's no exception. On the inside, it's a sexy restaurant lounge, literally draping in bling. But walking past this restaurant on the Strip, you might not even know that it's there.
Jason.
Pleasure.
Great to be
welcome
here.
in Vegas.
Thanks for having me.
pleasure.
It's the city of sin.
Many things, many things.
I mean, what is the catchphrase that people most know Vegas for?
Well, the national tourism slogan is "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." But this city is the city of entertainment. It is the capital of entertainment, I think, in the world right now. So it's an exciting time to be here.
Well, you're the king of nightlife.
We have a nice little company out here that does hospitality.
You are killing it, and it's just fantastic. You're an inspiration. I want to get to know you a little bit more.
Sure.
Try some of your food.
Absolutely.
So why don't we get inside this pawn shop and see what's behind?
Welcome. Come on in.
And this is the illusion that happens right here, Jason Strauss. This is really not a pawn shop at all, is it?
No, there's actually a jewelry shop, but we sort of position it as a pawn shop. And the original Beauty in Essex was in the Lower East Side 9 years ago. And the real wow moment was going into this rustic sort of pawn shop, a beauty store, beauty jewelry store. No one really knew what it was. And then they go through a dirty little door and it opens up into this beautiful jewelry box restaurant, which is what Beauty in Essex is known for.
I'm not sure what's behind here, but I'm sure it's going to be the same.
It's going to be very similar. It's our Vegas version, but our whole concept when we do design in all of our venues is really to create that wow moment. All of our venues have a different wow moment. This is really when you walk in from the pawn shop, jewelry store, to the restaurant. So why don't we take you in?
After walking through this gritty pawn shop, guests enter the Pearl Lounge.
Okay, it really is a dirty door.
Well, we try to create a real contrast.
Just incredible. And this is, again, just a really classy joint.
Thank you, thank you. It's really a jewelry box design. Everything in here has almost an illusion of something of jewelry, whether it be a ring, a bracelet, a diamond necklace. There's all these sort of elements here. It's a very feminine feel, and I think a lot of our female guests and women love coming here because it just has that nice touch.
Even for a word of mouth, I mean, the whole marketing behind walking through a pawn store or a jewelry store, and then walking into a jewelry case, it's just...
It's a great talking piece.
It's a great talking piece, just right there.
Absolutely.
I mean, and then if you can get good food and they have a great experience, well, you know.
That's what you're off to the races.
The perfect fit, obviously, to a great meal is a nightclub experience too.
All right. Well, what we were able to do here in Vegas for the first time with Tao over 14 years ago was really create a mega high-energy restaurant with Tao and then do a nightclub component on top of it. And we were the first to really do that here in Vegas.
There was a time not long ago when the late night options in Vegas were a bottle service at a nightclub or gambling action at the casino. Now new experiences are taking the Strip by storm.
Where do you see nightlife and Vegas going in the future? Like,
That's a really good question, and I get that asked a lot. We were on the cusp of many trends here in Vegas when it came to nightlife. We were known for a bunch of different pivots in the market. I think the newest pivot is, well, you know, content will always be king, and entertainment in Vegas will always be king. Who's the latest performer or DJ, that will always be king, but I think people are going to demand more experiential touch points, like theatrical nightlife, where there's actually immersive experiences coming not only from the people that you're interacting with, so maybe, you know, acting guests that are part of the overall experience, or just different rooms that you can go in there and experience different things that are really immersive.
what do we got here?
That's our Lower East Side donuts, tuna taco.
Love that.
And we have the kale, apple, walnut salad that is really a hit here.
This is health. This is the stuff of gods.
Yep.
So what do we got in here?
We got kale, walnuts, specialty glazed walnuts, apple, and a little pancetta.
This is a great way to start a meal. Really healthy. So this is tuna, right?
Tuna, cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Oh my gosh. This wasabi on there.
A little kick.
A little bit of kick is great.
I think we have one of our dishes coming in. This is one of our signature.
More food.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much.
Our tomato soup dumpling, which is the perfect bite, we call it, because it's a small grilled cheese bite with bacon on top, and people are completely wowed by this one bite soup experience.
Oh, it smells amazing. Wow. It's like an explosion in your mouth.
Yep.
It's almost a very complex tasting experience going on, and I love it.
This is our continual hit. I'm gonna shock you one more time. Here is our dessert wheel. This has gotten a lot of love by all of our guests, but you have cookies and brownies.
It is just incredible, and again, an experience you're going to take home and talk about.
There's a couple emerging neighborhoods that are a little off strip that are really doing some special things. I'd love to take you to one. There's a new emerging market area in the Arts District here, and there's a couple of new restaurants there that are really special.
No matter how many times you've been to Sin City, there's a delicious hidden side of Las Vegas, a side that the locals have kept secret. From locally famous restaurants to bars filled with off-duty chefs, the Las Vegas Arts District is a place you need to visit.
So what we're doing down here is we're opening a seasonal Italian restaurant in a city of 2 million people that has no neighborhood restaurants.
The Arts District, this is kind of like...
It was more of a warehouse area, but it's really coming up.
So the Arts District is 18 blocks from Main Street. It's a collective of artists and entrepreneurs that are locals that are tired of working on the Strip.
And this restaurant in particular has been like a beacon to drive people from all over Vegas because the food is so unique and so good. They're doing California Italian. It just has a mom and pop feel. They're delivering like artisan breads and really craft cocktails. And you know what, for guys like me that are local, to get off the Strip once in a while, to have that balance.
Feel very good about what we're doing down here. We're feeding the community. We're doing higher than Strip quality food, and we're doing it at a neighborhood price. And that's something I'm really proud of.
I'm thinking juxtapozition. That's the first word that comes to my head. Like you go from the glitz and the glamour of the Cosmopolitan, where we just wear. I feel like I need to like wear my track pants down here. It's kind of.
No, it's casual, but
it's so cool.
It's got
It's
a
so
really
different.
cool vibe, and there's a lot of art things happening here. That's why it's the Arts District. So for locals like us, we're starting to find places like this.
Like a lot of the Strip restaurants have to be one-dimensional. Either you're, you know, a celebrity chef, or you're a fish restaurant or an Italian restaurant. So we can do more. We have the ability to do more, so we do.
How did you discover this little kind of hidden secret here?
Well, I've been coming to the Arts District for a while. There's all sorts of events and little mini street fairs and festivals and a lot of cool little parties that come down here for the locals. But this particular restaurant has really become, again, a beacon of great quality experience that's driving people from all the suburbs and the Strip to come down here. You know, for a lunch and a dinner, even on a Monday lunch, you'll see this place completely packed, and you'll see people in the streets and the neighborhoods coming out.
So at our restaurant, what we do is we do lunch, counter service for the locals in the area. Keep it really well priced and mellow.
I really feel like I'm in like Portland, Oregon or something.
Yeah.
You've kind of got that hipster vibe everywhere I look, and which I wouldn't expect it to happen like so close to the Strip.
Well, it's only a couple blocks, and I think because it's so sort of compact and intimate that it's going to really take on that kind of experience that you're describing.
Any plans for a towel group thing to happen down here?
No, I think we have enough on our plate doing the Strip, and frankly, the volume at the Strip can't be matched.
Okay.
But I think for the local community, this is really a great little, again, balance to what's happening there. When we spend so much time at the Strip and taking care of the people that come and visit us here in Vegas.
Well, we heard you love meatballs and pasta.
Yes.
So we got the chef to cook up something for you.
Yes, thank God. Yeah.
Let's try it, shall we?
Spaghetti and meatballs. You know, my thought is this, is if you can't do spaghetti and meatballs well, you shouldn't do anything else, right? So we've been working on our meatball recipe, and it's something that we hold near and dear to our heart. We're really proud of the flavor that we get out of it. And then we mix that with Parmigiano Reggiano, our house-made sourdough, the Bianco di Napoli tomato, organic tomato sauce, and some herbs, and we mix that up. And then we make our meatballs, bake them off, and then we braise them in the Bianco di Napoli sauce. So we make all of our pasta in-house here at Esther's, and we also bake all of our own bread in-house. So it's a very harmonious dish. People love it. It's something that people get once, and then they just keep coming back for.
Thank you, sir.
Bread service here is excellent. That's a sourdough.
Yeah, look at that. You know, there's something about bread. I feel it's the only thing where you'll kind of break apart and touch.
We can always tell a place by its bread, I think.
Okay. Yeah. This is the thing I've noticed about Vegas. Everybody wants to fill the table.
Yeah, well, it's about hospitality here.
It's just amazing. What sort of pizza is that?
So today we're feeding Gary and Jason our seasonal first pizza, which is a pea and asparagus pizza. So it's a pea panna on the base with creme fraiche and a little bit of lemon zest, asparagus that we cut into little dimes, and then we put our roasted mushroom mix and truffle cheese onto that pizza, bake it off, finish it with a lot of lemon zest to really blow up the flavor of spring, and pecorino for a little bit of acid.
And here we go, and this is what you asked for.
That's the spaghetti.
It's the spaghetti with the meatballs.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm excited. This looks good.
Thanks for taking me here, Jason. This
My
is
pleasure. I'm glad you got to see a little local gem that we have here in the desert.
I love that. Yeah, want some of this meatball?
Yes, please.
Look at that. Looking good.
Loving the meatball. Thank you.
For me, what's a good meatball and pasta is the sauce.
Yeah.
For me, that's the most important element. Really great meat.
Good meat.
And that is like your traditional Californian. This is your Californian Italian food. Exactly.
That's what you're doing.
You'd be hard pressed to find it in Italy like this.
California Italian.
Yeah, absolutely. This is off the Strip now. We're not talking about glamorous. We're talking about getting our hands dirty. We're talking about eating food.
Mom and pop, authentic,
Yeah.
great ingredients, a loving touch of like a small venue that can really deliver great quality.
All right, let's try some of this pizza, shall we? Look at that. Again, really great, hearty food.
Explosive flavors.
Explosive flavors in a great environment, surrounded by great art and good people.
I would agree.
Whether you're a local or just visiting, Esther's is totally worth the quick drive off the Strip. Elizabeth Blau and her husband Kim created Honey Salt out of their passion for entertaining and the memories created around a dinner table.
Honey salt.
Honey salt.
Why honey salt?
Well, you know, first of all, I think that a restaurant name has to be very easy to pronounce and very easy to understand that it's something about food.
It's sweet and savory, right?
Two of the, very important tastes, salt and sweetness.
Honey salt, it goes well, there's sweet and savory part, which that's what we are, we combine the two.
And so we like to tease and say one of us is the honey and one of us is the salty one. And we let people pick.
Everyone thinks I'm the salty old bastard and she's the honey. Mostly true. Mostly.
Now, this is you and your husband, right? You guys have been a dynamic duo here in Vegas. So food runs in his veins and it runs in your veins as well. So it was a marriage made in heaven.
I wonder what it's like to work together in the industry as a couple, and especially in a city like Vegas.
So Vegas, I mean, working in Vegas for me would be like hell. Like, I mean, it is just doesn't stop. You cannot rest. It's crazy. I mean, how do you cope with that?
There's an intensity to this city that, really only parallels cities like New York or Paris. There's an energy.
Working on the Strip is great. There's a pulse, there's a beat, it's always going. I've worked in the executive chef capacity of a large hotel. It's a great buzz, it's a great feel.
As a food town, there's really, nowhere that's really more exciting in the U.S. right now.
Well, it really is. I mean, where do you have so many celebrity chefs coming and cooking in one place? I mean, New York potentially.
Master sommeliers, mixologists, cocktail bars, and the money that is spent on interior design and these physical spaces, you don't see anything like that anywhere in the world.
So, I mean, you're off the Strip now and you're in a neighborhood where real people kind of come and live.
Las Vegas is not your typical restaurant city. Money, food and entertainment are uniquely intertwined here. Honey Salt is located a few miles from the Strip and offers more of a suburban touch on cuisine.
This is kind of like your home away from home, right? And you've kind of created that home vibe.
Well, what we say about Honey Salt is it's how we like to entertain at home. And so I did the interior design. And so it's a mishmash of different chairs and tables and chandeliers, but it's really meant to feel like we're inviting you into our home, which is kind of unique for a restaurant in this day and age when there's so many chain restaurants out there, that what we're really giving you is a personalized experience and kind of like a peek into our world.
Look at that. Cauliflower and scallops is not something that I have actually seen together before.
And you have a truffled cauliflower puree underneath there.
See, never
So it's a little healthy as well.
Oh, wow, there's more. Wow. Everything is colorful. Everything looks so good. Cauliflower and scallops, I've never seen it married together. Have you ever seen that before?
It's a simple dish. It's scallops, beautiful scallops, and it's become a signature dish. It became a signature dish within the first year.
The scallops are light in color, and so the cauliflower is being light in color, and so instead of doing it with a potato or something white, cauliflower is roasted. And
we'd taken it off the menu, and we got too much pushback from guests. Oh, you can't take that off the menu, so we put it back on.
The scallops are sautéed, and it just really brings out a lot of flavor and freshness, and it keeps the dish really light.
And we just sauté them. Cauliflower puree, I love cauliflower, roasted cauliflower on top. And cauliflower is done with a little vanilla bean, in there to give it a little accent, and finished with truffle and chicken jus.
My mouth is watering. I want to try this real quick. Wow, this looks good. Wow. That's a really hearty, kind of great dish. That's a great winter dish for me. And for someone who doesn't want a heavy meat, the scallop is perfect for something lighter, right?
Absolutely, and the light infusion of the vanilla and the cauliflower puree. It's one of our most popular dishes, and we've never been able to take it off the menu. The wonderful thing about Honey Salt is that juxtaposition of being able to come here and eat really fattening, delectable things, but also to be able to watch your weight and to have things that are healthier but still flavorful. And so there's nothing better than a grain power, and you can put a piece of grilled salmon or grilled chicken on this, but it's two kinds of, it's red and white quinoa, it's lentils, and you can see there's fennel and orange. And
so the fruit that's here is mango, or is it?
No, that's orange? A little bit of orange,
Yeah,
a little slice of orange. And you'll get some avocado in there.
But I love that they've got a little bit of other things like horseradish, and you've also got some fruit to sweeten things up.
Some pumpkin seeds for a little crunch.
Love it. Really great. I would probably order that with some fish, actually, and be totally satisfied.
Talk about being totally satisfied. There's still one more treat I'm yet to try.
So this is our Brookie. It's our signature dessert.
Yep.
It's
you.
a delicious, rich, chocolatey brownie. And then it's got a chocolate chip cookie that's actually baked inside of it. Make sure you get all three.
Yep. Love this. Let's try that. Oh. Oh my gosh. This makes it, why hasn't anybody done this before?
I don't know.
That makes perfect sense. And inside the chocolate is still runny and is flowing like lava. Oh, this is a great way to finish the meal.
Tucked away off the strip lies a cozy sushi restaurant. They're known for quality fish, but yet cheap eats.
Why Japan? Why Japanese food?
Sushi chefs, I thought they were the coolest things ever. I wasn't gonna be a bartender, but I liked that bartending, that way they carried themselves.
It's interesting how now you've got the other mama, which has kind of got the bar and the sushi thing. Your two passions, I guess.
To me, it's the interaction. I could never work in a kitchen just in a back facing a wall. And not this, I mean like any exposure and everybody. There's a cycle of energy that I need.
Some have called this place the most authentic Japanese restaurant outside of Japan. If that's anything to go by, I'm about to get a masterclass in sushi.
We're gonna start with a sashimi platter. This is big-eyed tuna. Today it's coming from Spain.
That's really dark.
Yes.
Love it. Look at that color.
We like to use big-eyed tuna because we feel like it is the best balance of species of tuna. That is the best flavor. This one's pretty lean. It's a little more dependent on the time of year with this fish and where we're getting it from. So we're always changing on whether it is from Spain, Hawaii, this and that, which time of year in the weather.
This white fish is...
So this is actually kampachi, which is an amberjack, which is like the leaner, sexier cousin of hamachi. Yellowtail is very popular.
Okay, the salmon looks beautiful. It's really heavily marbled, which means some really nice fat content in there, which is going to be great.
So salmon, we do try to serve as much wild fish as possible, but it's hard. So we would spend time trying to source the highest quality farm salmon in times when it's not wild.
Well, farming's getting better.
This is coming out of Scotland, 100% organic feed, natural environment. Like, we feel great about the company. Everything's delicious, it's consistent. And to us, as long as we're putting that effort to do the education and do the best thing, I feel confident, and I would eat this every day myself.
Oh, wow. Is it the same one, the same salmon?
So this is ocean trout from close to your family in Tasmania.
Oh, wow. That's from Tasmania.
Which we like it as well.
Which is where I'm from.
So we like to, again, have a little diversity, and this is something we try to implement to say, I know you're comfortable here, but try here. Because even psychologically, visually, there's something comforting about it. But it's a little
I actually thought it was salmon. In fact, it's marbled really beautifully.
So this is a red snapper coming out from Japan. Again, I like using the Japanese one because it's a colder water and has a higher fat content.
You know, this is the thing about sashimi is so often when we're talking about sushi and Japanese food, it's always a science lesson because everything is so precise and the Japanese are so fastidious about everything that is done right here.
My biggest attraction to these days, the more I got to understand Japanese food, was that I like that there's a limit of ingredients that they use. In America, we have so much available, but we're so mediocre at so many things because we can use anything. You know, say, I want truffles and I want this and that. But you're never mastering anything because you're not white. You know, I can just buy it. You know, that's why I like light flavors because it's almost like cooking vegan food or something. It's more challenging. Okay. You can put foie gras on top of this with lobster.
You're not vegan, obviously, but you do like the challenge.
I think real chefs should be attracted to challenge, not just showing off their diverse knowledge of random ingredients.
Okay, great. What's this made of?
So this is a Japanese white wretch that we cut by hand. There's an aesthetic purpose for it. Okay. As far as kind of propping things up and giving height. And my first teacher, he was so amazing because he could make a sashimi plate the size of this whole table. Yep. But he could tell me which piece they would take first, based off the color combinations and the flow.
How beautiful is that right there? Now I'm really keen to try the trout. Can I try the trout first?
No, that's the thing. I don't tell people to eat their food, whatever tickles their fancy. But you notice the fat content, it's textural.
A lovely bit of the fat in that is just perfect. Quite a bit of fat actually, more than what I would have thought.
You want the right amount of fat. You don't want to be reaching for a glass of water after it, but you want to feel that roundness in your mouth that kind of feels kind of strong.
Let's try some of the red snapper. Oh, now that is what I call amazing Japanese food. You are great. Thanks so much for bringing us from Japan to Vegas.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Beyond the Strip, there's so much more to Vegas than meets the eye. Thank you so much for joining us on this tour. Join us next time as we continue our tasting journey throughout America.